유튜브 먹방을 보다 재미가 없어져서 I just 또 입어라. 헷갈린다. I don't understand why some people enjoy watching other people eat. Well, I sometimes enjoy it when it's combined with travels, but I get bored when I see people just eating a lot. But many people seem to like it, right? But that's not the point, as usual. Today is Friday, so I decided to read. Who parties on Fridays anymore? That nobody does that anymore, right? So, Margaret Mitchell. Do you know this? Gone with the Wind. And do you know this lady? Scarlett O'Hara. It was, anyway, when I was a kid, it was super famous. And it was one of my favorite movies. Yeah, one is Forrest Gump and the other one was this. But I keep saying was because my husband ruined it. My Irish husband was really not happy about the fact that this Irish descent family was rich and had slaves. And he was absolutely insulted by that. And I was annoyingly and pleasantly surprised that he was upset by the fact that his breed was portrayed rich. But I can understand that he was very annoyed that this family had slaves when the Irish were slaves in the past. So that really bothered him. I can understand that, but he didn't have to ruin the movie for me. Anyways, like we watched this so many times because it was on all the time, every holiday. Like, we have Lunar New Year's Day and Chuseok, which is like Korean Thanksgiving, and there was always like movie special, and they always aired this every year. So growing up, I watched this so many times, although it was a very long movie. But I guess maybe I can understand some guys might not like this because she is such a strong character and she's also, I don't know, not exactly a nice one who, yeah, she did whatever to survive. Is this spoiling? Anyways, so she was very attractive, full of color character. So I found this book today, and the lady I met there, she absolutely loved this book, and yeah, passionately loved this. 19 MF, I don't know what that means. And she also gave me a discount. All the books classical books, I picked up a lot, and she only charged €1. Very nice. Gone with the Wind. Margaret Mitchell was born in Atlanta, Georgia, the daughter of an attorney who was president of the Atlanta Historical Society. All the family were interested in American history, and she grew up in an atmosphere of stories about the Civil War. Educated at Washington Seminary and Smith College, Massachusetts, she worked for a time on the Atlanta Journal. In 1925, she married John Marsh, and in the following 10 years, she put on paper all the stories she had heard about the Civil War. The result was Gone with the Wind, first published in 1936. It won the Pulitzer Prize, sold over 10 million copies, was translated into 18 languages, and was later made into a highly successful film starring Vivien Leigh, Clark Gable, and Leslie Howard. This book, a record bestseller, was her only published book. She died in 1949. So she had a full life. Okay, yeah. Margaret Mitchell. Okay, Vivian Lee, she was very famous when I was a kid, and she was a known beauty, and she was very attractive too. And I loved her acting in this, and it was perfect. But I didn't like the fact that so many girls wanted to have a very very skinny waist because of this movie. It wasn't something that many girls should follow, but that means like it was influential in many ways, I guess. Part 1. Scarlett O'Hara was not beautiful. What? But men seldom realized it when caught by her charm as the Tartan twins were. In her face were too sharply blended the delicate features of her mother, a coast aristocrat of French descent, and the heavy ones of her florid Irish father. Oh, I never knew this. But it was an arresting face, pointed of chin, square of jaw. Her eyes were pale green without a touch of hazel, starred with bristly black lashes and slightly tilted at the ends. Above them, her thick black eyebrows slanted upward, cutting a startling oblique line in her magnolia white skin, the skin so prized by southern women and so carefully guarded with bonnets, veils, and mittens against her hot Georgia suns. Seated with Stuart and Brent Tartan in the cool shade of the porch of Tara, her father's plantation, that bright April afternoon of 1861, she made a pretty picture. Hmm, I see. Plantation. Okay, alright. Her new green flowered muslin dress spread its 12 yards of billowing material over her hoops and exactly matched the flat heeled green Morocco slippers her father had recently brought her from Atlanta. Hmm. I recommend you watch the movie. Siam.